What is going on, everybody? This is Gabriel Jones giving you a drop a sun any chance I get, and today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Sam Smith album, Gloria. It's quite fascinating to see the direction Sam Smith has taken over the past 3 years or so. While they haven't strayed too much away from somber R&B ballads, they have made an effort to add more groove and techno to their sound. This began to manifest with their 2019 hits Dancing with a Stranger featuring Normani and How Do You Sleep. My personal favorite from this era was Diamonds, and I am very disappointed that it did not become a staple hit within the US. This was all part of their third album, Love Goes, which did reach platinum status but wasn't talked about too much in the pop landscape. That is a shame because revisiting Love Goes, I actually thought it had some bops, specifically So Serious. Sam launched a new album cycle with their #1 collab, Unholy, featuring Kim Petras. And to say that this single has been contentious would be an understatement. I'm not sure how the entire LP is going to sound in comparison to that song, but we'll just have to see. Before we dive in though, I want to advise everyone to leave a like and comment for this video because the more engagement the video receives, the more likely it'll be picked up in the algorithm. So thank you so much for that. And without further ado, it is time for Gloria. Track number 1, Love Me More. I remember Sam releasing this song early last year and I've already listened to it, but we can listen to it again in the context of the record. Starting off very bluesy, you know, neat little intro. You know, I've been there a few times, you know, once or twice, maybe even more. This drum set along with this bass, you know, very nice choice, Sam. So soulful. Jesus Christ. Hitting those high notes, I see you there. Okay, so Love Me More. I've listened to it before. It sounds very splendid, and I'm very thrilled that they made this the opener for the record. Sam is taking the steps to practice self-respect, and I appreciate that. You know, they've had quite the journey exploring their sexuality, exploring their gender, and lately it seems like they have become more comfortable in their own skin. I'm suspecting we're going to see that theme pop up a little bit more throughout this LP. I don't know, we'll have to see, but it's really good to hear that from them. Of course, it has a lot of cool R&B elements like the choir in the background, you know, really propping Sam up. And the drum set and bass are also really cool elements. The instrumentation is actually really spare, but it's able to enhance the track enough, you know, focusing on Sam's vocals, and I think that's clever. Track number 2, No God. Relaxing guitars, I appreciate it. Sort of like a lopsided relationship I see. You know, I'm trying to make this romance work. Just listen to me, communicate with me. Yeah, I'm taking your ego down a few notches. Like, calm the hell down. Ooh, a descending little violin right there in the second verse, you know? Nice little instrument to sort of join us with the instrumentation. Ooh. His little nose on the final chorus. Nice to add. I like it. Okay, so that was No God. It's very interesting when it comes to the lyrical content. Sam's partner seems to be full of themselves, especially at this particular moment. And Sam is confronting them, trying to, like, give them a wake-up call and let them know that they really need to, like, back it up a little bit. You're no guide, you're no saint, you're no teacher. Stop trying to paint yourself as this bastion of goodness. Judging by the way Sam delivers the vocals and the lyrics, you can tell that it's really been making them sad, and they've really been having all this energy that they want to let out. You can see that in the production as well, how it's a crooning R&B ballad that infuses a choir. For real though, the choir steals the show in this case. The way they sort of serve as a hype machine for Sam and back them up. It's like they're angels from heaven actually agreeing with Sam in this regard. You know, you ain't no God, and we can tell you that because we've actually spoken to God. You need to chill the fuck out. But yeah, this one I really dig. I think it might be my favorite so far, even though we've only listened to 2. But yeah, I really vibe with it. Track number 3, Hurting Interlude. Okay, so that was very interesting for Sam to include on this record. It's sort of talking about their own experience with like being queer, and sort of like how when you actually enter a relationship and it doesn't go well, that can be a really messy situation. It can be hard to communicate your emotions to like your siblings or your family and have them actually empathize with you. It can make them feel alone to some degree, and that's kind of sad to listen to. I'm not entirely sure about the person delivering the quote, Lily Vincenz. Hope I'm saying their name right. I might have to look them up once I'm done reacting to this whole record, but yeah, I think that they have something interesting to say here. Track number 4, Lose You. Kind of building up, you know, crescendoing. Wow. Harsh words, Jesus. Yeah, this has like a real like nightclub vibe to it. Nice little techno beat going on here. You know, honestly, I gotta appreciate Sam's vocals. They really fit with club jams. I feel stronger than life when the two of us are side by side. Just kind of wobbling in my seat, enjoying the atmosphere, the beat. Okay, so that was Lose You, and yeah, that one seems very interesting. It's a real standout track so far. There's a lot more EDM within this track, a lot more grooviness, a lot of techno going on. You know, it sort of feels like something you would hear in the 90s per se, like something like in a club, maybe even like a gay bar, since, you know, Sam is queer, you know, a queer icon. I mean, if I was at the gay bar, I would dance on a pole to this. But yeah, this has like a nice little tempo going for it, a nice constructed beat, tightly constructed. And it seems like the producer did a good job there. Lyrically, it's about Sam striving to make the relationship work. You know, it seems like their lover is giving up on them, but Sam's like, no, we have to make this work. I feel really good when I'm with you, and I'm not willing to give up that easily. We've built this romance together, and it cannot just tumble down because you're just willing to give up like that. There's a lot of confidence I see within this tune, you know, a lot of sadness, but a lot of confidence at the same time. I like what Sam has going on here. You know, they're clever for including this song. Track number 5, Perfect, featuring Jessie Reyez. Very calming, very mystical sort of intro. Alright, let's see your crazy side then, Sam. Jessie really selling herself on this potential love interest. You know, right all over my arm. You know, bracelets, rings, everything. The vocals blend together pretty nicely. This is some good chemistry. Ooh, damn! I was not expecting that. A fucking electric guitar on this fucking outro. Like, Jesus Christ. Sam, Jessie, you just surprised me. Nice little orchestral section to take us on home. I like it. Okay, so that was Perfect, and yeah, I am pretty impressed by that one a little bit. Lyrically, the song is pretty straightforward. It doesn't really do much for me. You know, it's Sam and Jessie talking about how they're not exactly the ideal love interest, but, you know, they can make the relationship worthwhile. I'm flawed, I'm crazy, but at the same time, I'm very exciting. I can make your life a little bit more interesting, so why don't we give this a try? So yeah, nothing really impressive there, but that fucking outro, holy shit, like, I was in awe at that. Like, the electric guitar and the orchestral section, yeah, that one I think had a nice little finale to it. You know, I think it was kind of worth the build up. As far as songs called Perfect by British artists go, I would put it a tier above Ed Sheeran's Perfect for sure. But now it's time to get into a tune that we're all very familiar with. Track number 6, Unholy, featuring Kim Petras. Not exactly a complicated composition, you know. I always found it weird how they would like self-censor themselves, but at the same time, I think they just wanted to keep this record like PG a little bit. I always wondered how Rihanna feels about that shout out on this #1 collab. I mean, there is a little bit of energy going on with this song, you know, towards the end especially. Okay, so Unholy, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have listened to it at this point. It's the biggest single off the new record. Again, this song has a lot of the music community a bit split down the middle. You know, a lot of people find it very fun, or they find it very tedious. Me personally, I just think it's okay, you know, like, I guess, like, some of the lyrics can be very silly, and the production can be a bit, you know, aggressive. But honestly, like, it's not too complicated in its sound, and and honestly, like, so far it kind of sticks out from the rest of the record. You know, everything else is sort of like a crooning R&B ballad, while, you know, this is like a lot more playful and, you know, forceful. But yeah, if I was to rank it by tier, it would probably fall right in there. It's a song that doesn't do too much for me. I don't have strong feelings about it. I don't know if it's going to appear on more worse lists now that it's probably going to reach a much higher position on the year-end list for 2023 as opposed to 2022. But we'll just have to see. Track number 7, How to Cry. Okay, so far it's an acoustic guitar ballad. A partner who has difficulty conveying their emotions. You know, kind of like keeping all that pain harbored within themselves. I mean, there's nothing else I can say, you know? That's all they have to communicate to you. Like, the rest is up to you, pal. I think I hear a little plucking of the guitar in the back. Okay, so How to Cry. Interesting track, I gotta say. This song is merely about Sam talking to their partner about how they're very manipulative, very controlling, you know, it sort of feels like the relationship is toxic. It's also complicated because they feel as if they're in a position where they can't communicate all these emotions to their friends and family because they wouldn't exactly understand, they wouldn't exactly be able to comprehend, and they're feeling very lost at the moment. They're demanding that their partner be more honest and open, and really that's all they have to say. Like, that's the entirety of the message they're getting across. Instrumentally, it's just an acoustic guitar ballad, you know, I think with some violins and an electric guitar to pair with it. Nothing else left for me to say about the song, so let's keep moving forward. Track number 8, 6 Shots. A lot slower than the last song right now. This feels like a straight up, like, sex jam, if I gotta be honest. Throat Heat Up. Ooh. Kind of imagining what that's like. It kind of feels like self-deprecation, you know? I'm impossible to love. 6 Shots. There it is. Woo! Yeah! Here we go. I'm hearing it from Sam now. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Yes! That's what I love from Sam. Just let those vocals fly. Let's hear it. I appreciate those violins right there. Okay, so that was 6 Shots, and honestly, that one is very interesting. I pictured the scene as Sam interacting with their lover, you know, they're trying to have a romantic night together, and like, you know, they're sort of dancing and crooning, playing their favorite jams. The partner is trying to get really close to Sam, you know, like have a relaxing evening together, but it's almost as if Sam is losing their confidence or whatnot. And they're telling the lover that, you know, they're impossible to love, you know? It doesn't feel like this effort is going to be worth anything. That might be my guess as to why it's called 6 Shots, because the boyfriend or the partner is constantly taking their shots with Sam, and there's so many attempts going into it. And by shot number 6, it almost feels like they've either achieved their night of romance or it has faltered. That's my best interpretation of what that song is supposed to be about. If people could let me know in the comments, I would appreciate that. When it comes to the sound, I dig it. It feels like something that you would hear in the 90s, you know, all those slow jams that got big around that time. And Sam's really flexing their vocals with this track. Like, unholy mother of God, they know how to project. I'm very amused by what they have going on with this song. It's going to be a joy to listen to again. I think there were some cars blaring in the back, so you couldn't hear all of it, but it is a real jam. Track number 9, Gimme, featuring Coffee and Jesse Reyes. A lot of giddies right there. This has like a nice little beat to it, honestly. Like, kind of grooving in my seat, shaking my booty. Coffee's really giving me a lot of energy to this tune. I appreciate that from them. Backing vocals, I appreciate, for real. There's Sam and Jesse working their vocals together yet again. Yeah! That's what I like to hear, Sam. Give it to me. Okay, so, Gimme. I believe that's another single from the album, and it is a fun one, I gotta say. This one sounds like another intimate jam Sam included on the record. I think it's even more intimate than the last one, at least more playful than the last one. You know, let's come together, you know, just have a nice little romance together, you know, put our bodies close and maybe, like, you know, make something happen. People are watching, but I don't give a shit. We gonna continue our little session. I think in that sense it's pretty straightforward. Jesse Reyes and Coffee really do a nice job elevating the track. It seems like Sam and Jesse just work together so splendidly if they did 2 collabs on this particular record. This might be one of the few times I've actually listened to Coffee, and honestly, that's kind of like a burden I put on myself because they sound really good on this track. I might have to check out more of their stuff because honestly, they sound like they really know their shit. But yeah, it has a nice little playful beat going on with it. I really dig it. It sounds like something fun to play at parties. And yeah, I gotta say, I think I might even like this a little bit more than Unholy, if I gotta be honest. Track number 10, Dorothy's Interlude. Okay, so, Dorothy's Interlude. I'm pretty sure it's referring to Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. That one is a little bit tricky on first glance for me. I might have to think about it a little bit more once I revisit the album a second time, but interesting to include, I gotta say. Track number 11, I'm Not Here to Make Friends. Damn, this is Jesse Reyes' 3rd appearance on the album. Like, they are friends. Like, holy shit. Yeah, to love of my body would be like a real fucking blessing. You better be thankful. This has like a real 70s vibe to it, like for real. Something from 50 years ago. Those backing vocals really know how to like elevate the tune. That violin section right there is beautiful. I need someone who's like genuinely close to me, not just like a friend. Those la la la's, you know, they sound very fluttery, I gotta say. The entire club chanting along with each other as we start to close out the track. I'm kind of like really in the spirit at this point, I gotta say. Okay, so I'm Not Here to Make Friends. That one is a very fun one. Like, that one put me in a really good spirit. On this track, we're seeing Sam show a lot more self-confidence, a lot more self-love, which is what they sang about on the very first track, the opener. They're talking about how they're looking for someone they could really get close to, someone they could build an intimate relationship with, you know, sexually, romantically, and they're really feeling confident that they can find someone to fill in that role. They're talking about how they love their bodies so much that they want someone special to touch it, and only someone special. And to hear that with a 70s throwback jam honestly feels very touching since, you know, it was all about queer culture. They invoke RuPaul, you know, who's always hosted Drag Race, and that's also a really clever element. Jesse Reyes, like, filling in the role of Sam's bestie throughout this entire LP. I gotta say, it's pretty cool. That orchestral section frequently accompanying the production is also a nice little move. Yeah, it has a nice tempo to it. It kind of makes me dance a little bit. Yeah, this one is very enjoyable. Yeah, it really got me in the queer spirit. Oh, yeah, I see. I hang that flag over there for a reason. But yeah, it's very enjoyable. I'm very glad that Sam included this. And, you know, it's honestly a very uplifting tune. Track number 12, Gloria, the title track. You seem to have an all-men's choir singing at the moment. with some women. Yeah, it's a full-on choir. My mistake. Alright, there's Sam entering the track. They're really taking me to church with this one, I gotta say. Okay, so, Gloria, that is the title track. And yeah, I think I'm starting to really like get the sense of what this album's theme is supposed to be. It's like clearly self-love and being in touch with your own spirit. According to Genius, Gloria is the name of Sam Smith's inner spirit. They're trying to connect with that sort of spirit in order to like really let their true self shine. And yeah, I'm really digging this. To have the choir in the background as Sam is delivering their vocals, it really evokes the image of them being at a church or some kind. I don't know if it's like an actual church, but at the very least it's like an auditorium where like, or maybe even Carnegie Hall, where they're like belting out this song about self-respect and being yourself. At this point, Sam is really feeling the Lord just basking on them. Yeah, this is a really neat tune, and I'm glad that this is how Sam constructed the title track. But now it's time to get into the final track on this LP. Track number 13, Who We Love, featuring Ed Sheeran. I really like this piano with the echo. Ed Sheeran giving us those sweet lyrics, those sweet vocals, evoking a feeling of love. Yeah, don't deny your feelings. Don't deny who you're truly into, you know? Absolutely, you know? Dating who you want to date, you know? I respect that. The heart wants what it wants. Selena Gomez taught me that. Fate brought us together, and I am very thankful for fate. Okay, so, Who We Love. Yeah, a nice little song to end the record with. It's a nice little ballad about Sam singing that you should just be who you are and just date who you want to date. It doesn't matter what other people think, you know. If your heart is in the right place, then you're absolutely in the right place. Ed offering his assistance on this particular ballad, you know, giving us that sweet lyricism and those sweet vocals, showing us that he very much stands with the queers, you know, I kind of respect that. And with the instrumentation, there's a lot of nice little pianos going on here. I was surprised that Ed didn't play his guitar, but that's a welcoming change of pace. The choir also did a really great job, as they did with the entire record. And yeah, it's a nice, sweet little ballad to close us out. And honestly, it can kind of get me a little emotional. So with that, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back later once I've listened to the album a second time and really like put my thoughts together, so bear with me. Ooh, alright, I am back and I'm ready to give you my final thoughts on Sam Smith's Gloria. I see people projecting that this album is gonna flop. I'm not entirely sure about that, but if it's true, that would be disappointing, to be honest, because this album does have enough to offer. It provides a lot of the emotional ballads that Sam Smith has become known for at this point, but they are able to add some twists here and there. It's neat to see Sam dip their toe into throwback jams, whether they be taking us back to the 90s on Lose You, or the 70s like I'm Not Here to Make Friends. It's honestly nice to see Sam having a little bit more fun than, say, their first two albums. They rely a ton on the choir for this record, almost as if they're trying to give it a heavenly feel. The violins also add a lot of emotion to the tunes and even adding to the excitement. You also have to take in the subtext of these songs being sung from the perspective of a queer person who's on a journey to understand themselves. Sam came out as non-binary in 2019, and you don't see a lot of mainstream artists in music identifying themselves as NBs. To see them continue this success years later is pretty monumental. But with that transition, there comes other hurdles to finding true romance. When Sam faces a struggle in their love life, it's a bit more difficult to communicate that to their loved ones, since I'm assuming not a lot of them are trans. But with those new struggles, there comes new lessons to be learned. And I think that Sam has what it takes to really be satisfied with their love life. Now that I've heard this entire LP, it's kind of interesting to look at the promotion for Gloria, since like all the lead-off singles are upbeat party jams. Unholy, Gimme, and now I'm Not Here to Make Friends. Maybe Sam thought the ballads wouldn't cut it, and decided to get people hyped for their new music by releasing singles more fun. Well, I'm sure hoping those songs did their job. I give Gloria 3.5 out of 5 stars. My favorite songs would have to be 6 Shots, I'm Not Here to Make Friends, and No God. My least favorites would have to be Hurting Interlude, How to Cry, and Lose You. And I think that just about does it. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this album reaction. I had a bit of good fun with it. I hope you did as well. If you want to follow me on social media, be sure to check out my Twitter, my Twitch, and my TikTok. The links are going to be in the description. And we are going to wrap up here for today. My name is Gabriel Jones, and the sun may be setting, but I hope you were able to soak up those drops. Take care.